Happy birthday, everybody, and welcome to Seriously, where we take cereals seriously. My name is Alex, and today on Seriously, we are due for a major upgrade because we are checking out the new and improved KitKat cereal from General Mills. Now, the original KitKat cereal hit the market almost exactly a year ago, and we reviewed this first version on the channel in September of last year. I'd love for you to check out that video when you're done with this one. Now, the basic gist of that first review was that KitKat cereal was pretty bland, pretty boring. I gave it a 2.5 out of 5 straight down the middle of my rankings. And General Mills must have heard my complaints. Yeah, right. But they did go back into their test kitchens to renew KitKat cereal. And I want to give them credit for that. We live in a world where we're trained to cover up our mistakes or argue that we don't make mistakes. Or if all else fails, pretend like we intended to make that mistake and oh, we got you. It's your fault for noticing the mistake. General Mills fell into none of those traps and instead decided to do something noble and try again. And truly, I mean it. These are different cereals. Just glancing at the ingredients list, it really is a dramatically new formulation. Looking at the original cereal, the first 3 ingredients are whole grain wheat, sugar, and rice flour. Processed cocoa is on the list, but it's like 5th or 6th down the line. In the new cereal, it starts again with whole grain wheat, but the very second ingredient is milk chocolate. That's fantastic. Then it switches up the rice flour in the original for whole grain corn. It still includes the processed cocoa from the original, but it remains much farther down the list. So not only did they swap out the rice flour for a usually much more crunchy corn flour in the new cereal, but chocolate got a major promotion from just processed cocoa up to real milk chocolate. That's pretty impressive. Just on paper or cardboard boxes, it seems like we have as substantial an upgrade as I've ever seen in a revamped cereal before. But revamped is not enough. I'm excited to see if all of those changes really translate into a noticeable improvement in taste and texture. Let me tell you one funny thing that has not changed about this new KitKat cereal, and that is the box image. I think it's hilarious that on this new box, the picture is the exact same, except the spoon has been mirrored horizontally. They spent all of their budget on rearranging the ingredients and couldn't get a new product photographer. But likely these cereals will look the same anyway, so I don't hold that against them. And honestly, I'm probably one of 3 people in the whole world that would even notice. So what do you think? I'd love for you to let me know in the comments if you've tried this new cereal or the old one and what you thought. Or if you haven't tried either, let me know if you think you're going to pick them up. Maybe you've got the same questions as me. Will this new formulation of KitKat cereal right all wrongs, give the cereal the pep it needed, and help it reach candy to cereal heights like the all-time great Reese's Puffs? Or is this year's attempt at KitKat just another bland and boring cash grab? Friends, it's time to eat some cereal. Hey, if you made it this far, what a person you are. Would you do me one more favor? Would you like this video? That would really help me out. All right, I think I am ready. I have got my bowls. I've got my spoon. I've got my trusty 1% milk that I have come to love so much. And of course, I've got today's cereals. We're going to do this by starting with last year's formulation. Now, this isn't an old box. I recently picked this up because it's still out there on some supermarket shelves. Let's open up the non-new and improved KitKat cereal. It smells reasonably chocolatey. I think I remember this from last year's review. This cereal is so beautifully dark. The cocoa powder they have put on here really gives it a rich look to it. Now, it took me quite a while during last year's review to realize that this shape is intended to look like 4 sticks of KitKat that you would break me off a piece of that KitKat bar. It probably was 10 minutes into the review before that occurred to me. That was a little bit embarrassing. Now I totally realize it and know that's the case. I don't know what I thought it was before that. All right, let's try old KitKat cereal dry. Boy, I think I undershot it last year. That was very pleasant. It's both puffy and crispy at the same time. I think that's likely the effect of the rice flour. Don't forget, they changed the rice flour in the next formulation, so we'll see if that goes away. The processed cocoa doesn't taste all that bad. Tastes chocolatey to me. I rather like it. Boy, was I just in a bad mood last year? Well, let's keep going here and put some milk on this stuff and see what that brings out in it. Let us together try old KitKat cereal in milk. Yummy! One thing I really like right off the bat is the size of these pieces. They're pretty big as far as cereal pieces go. They've got a great chew to them. They almost have the same texture as like a waffle cereal, like Waffle Crisp. I've been eating a lot of that on the channel lately. And I mean to say that that's good. They're substantial in a way that's really enjoyable. And the cocoa is tasting fantastic in milk. It's sweet. It's almost creamy. Geez, I'm really liking this. Let's give it one more go. Did I open the wrong box? No. This is the old one that I gave a very middling review to. I'm going to say at this point that I'm going to revise my score. For the old formulation, I'm going to upgrade it to a 3.5. If you've still got these on your store shelves, I think they're worth checking out. Now, if I had a wish list for what they could change, is I do think it could use a little more crunch. It's crispy, but not crunchy. Crunchy might go a little farther in helping to remind me of the wafer that's inside of a Kit Kat. Before I get rid of this one, I just want one more bite. There is one curious thing that I'm definitely remembering from last year's review, and that is it's becoming soggy unevenly. Most cereals go soggy eventually, but they do so with consistency across the bowl. Or there's a logic to it, like the pieces that are deeply under milk will get soggier faster. That doesn't seem to be the case with these. Some of these still have their crispiness even a few minutes into this bowl. Other ones have almost gone full sog already. And when you discover one of those in your mouth, it's not pleasant. But now let's go on to our new and improved contender. They went back to the drawing board with this one. So let's see if they've accomplished what they set out to accomplish. It doesn't smell as chocolatey. Well, right off the bat, likely you can see what I'm seeing. They have lost the deep brown color. These are much more of a light brown, which in my mind does not match what a Kit Kat looks like. It is milk chocolate on a Kit Kat, but it still has a darker brown color to it. There's no way it's this pale brown. This is leaning on a tan, at least in comparison. But let's not hold the color against it automatically. These still have the same shape of being 4 sticks of the Kit Kat bar that you would break. Let me see if I can break it apart. Yep, I can break me off a piece of that Kit Kat cereal if I really wanted to. But now it's time. Let's give these a try. Let's see if new and improved Kit Kat is better than the original. Oh, it's night and day. The milk chocolate in this one is phenomenal. Way better. A huge improvement from the processed cocoa, which I still really liked in the original version. This tastes like a Kit Kat chocolate. Now, that one tasted like a fine cocoa cereal, more like a Cocoa Puffs, maybe. This one tastes like the milk chocolate of a candy bar. Let me taste it one more time dry. And I think the crunch is better. It is crunchier and crispier even. It does a better job of reminding me of the wafers that are inside a Kit Kat. Let's pour some milk on it and see what happens. Let's try new and improved Kit Kat cereal in milk. Well, they really have done it with this chocolate upgrade. They got their scientists out put their white lab coats on and figured out how to make it taste like the same chocolate they use on Kit Kat. Now, it is different. And I would say, and you saw how much I enjoyed that first bowl of Kit Kat, it was more like of a standard run-of-the-mill cocoa taste. But I like standard run-of-the-mill cocoa cereals sometimes, so that wasn't so bad. But they know that they're aiming at Kit Kat. This is the milk chocolate from Kit Kat. Way to go, General Mills. Let me give it another try. The only thing it's missing is if I had reformulated it, I would have put a touch more salt to bring out the chocolate even more. It is good, but I wish it had that little bit of zing to it. One last bite. Well, I think they did it. I believe that this is both new and at least slightly improved. But it was a double dose of improvement for me. Maybe I'm just a happier guy this year because this original Kit Kat cereal went from a 2.5 to a 3.5. But good news, the new and improved took that even up a notch more. I'm going to give new and improved Kit Kat a 4. That's a pretty impressive score around here at Seriously. Now, part of what I'm doing with this 4 out of 5 score is trying to encourage them to go further, to say, let's new and improve it again with a little touch of salt. I think there should be more candy bar cereals on the market. Reese's Puffs are phenomenal, but have held the crown for far too long. Why not a Milky Way cereal? Why not a Snickers cereal? Why not a York Peppermint Patty cereal? Is that a candy bar? Who knows? Regardless, I'm glad that they've done what they have so far over at General Mills. Way to go with the new and improved Kit Kat, everybody. Well, friends, we have done it all. We talked, we ate, we discovered a new and improved version of me, in a way. And for now, it's enough. Remember, we gave this new and improved cereal a 4 out of 5, and I upgraded even the original formulation from a 2.5 to a 3.5. Both very good scores, regardless which one exists in your area. If you want to try today's cereals for yourself, I have seen this new one slowly taking the place of the original Kit Kat cereal at grocery stores in my area, so you should have no trouble spotting it when it arrives in your area soon. Now, listen, if you haven't yet, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment with what cereal we should look at together in a future episode. Until then, never be soggy, my friends. Bye-bye.